Ever wonder how a tiny seed becomes a giant tree? Well, it's all down to one amazing process. Plants basically have this superpower. It's how they make their own food, just by soaking up the sun. Here's the basic recipe. Light and water go in, out comes oxygen and sugar. Simple, right? And this all happens inside these tiny green factories, inside the plant cells, called chloroplasts. So let's zoom in. You've got these stacks called thylakoids and the fluid around them, the stroma. Think of the thylakoids as the factory's solar panels. This is the stage for our first act. And the stroma? That's the assembly line. It's where the actual sugar building is going to happen. So we're looking at a two-act play. Act 1 captures energy. Act 2 builds the sugar. All right, let's dive into Act 1, the light-dependent reactions. It's all about grabbing that sunlight. Okay, this looks intense, I know, but it's just a crazy efficient energy transfer system. So here's the breakdown. Light saps some electrons, water gets split, and boom, oxygen is released. This process creates ATP and NADP. They're basically tiny rechargeable batteries, all powered up for Act 2. So how do plants even absorb light? Well, they've got pigments, especially chlorophyll, that love blue and red light. Okay, but if they're absorbing blue and red, why do plants look green to us? Simple. They reflect the green light. Okay, on to Act 2, the Calvin cycle. This is where the real construction begins, in the stroma. The plant literally pulls CO2 from the air. Then it uses that energy from Act 1 to get building. Remember those batteries, ATP and NADPH? They power this whole cycle, turning that CO2 into sugar. And that sugar is glucose. It's the plant's food, and really the base for almost all food webs. So let's zoom out. Why does any of this matter so much to us? It's pretty simple, really. It gives us the food at the base of every food chain and the actual oxygen we breathe. This one process powers pretty much our entire planet. So you have to wonder, what happens if we mess it up?